What's up, man? What's going on? Oh, I got a water right here. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Shout out to Tampa Bay. Shout out to Tampa. What time is it? What time is it, y'all? 4:30. Riaz, appreciate you, man. Shout out to my man Riaz. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm sitting here in the hotel room, man, and I'm just cooling. I've been meaning to do a live on this topic for a few days now. Shout out to my man Riaz. Me and him have been talking, and this topic came up while we was having one of our talks. And I want to say first and foremost, man, that the topic that we're going to talk about is let me say this first of all, man. I don't want to be like any athlete, any super rich, super famous, wealthy black athlete that's signed to a contract of a team and that has endorsement deals. I don't want to be any Hollywood actor, any black Hollywood actor who is beholden to a Hollywood studio that has commercials with large corporate companies. They live a luxurious life. They live a life of luxury. They have, not all of them, some of them are broke. Some of them just have fame. Some of them are just famous, but they have no money. Some of them remain famous in what money they did have. They don't have it anymore. They lost it, or they never made the amount of money that we thought they made. Some of them, their fame exceeded their wealth. They became super famous, but never achieved any kind of wealth. Your luxury goods should be inside of you. You should be luxurious on the inside. Your luxury goods should be in you and not on you. These very wealthy actors and actresses and these athletes that have these contracts, these big contracts with these major league baseball teams, these major league football teams, these major league basketball teams, these major league hockey teams, professional tennis players, whoever, famous actors and actresses, comedians. You think of the name, and what I'm talking about applies to all of them, irrespective of race, creed, color, and religion. What I'm about to say applies to all of them. Male, female, Latino, Asian, Caribbean, African, it doesn't matter. But for me, I'm going to speak in terms of my people. I'm going to speak from the position of the foundational Black American, the descendants of the slaves that were brought here. Those are my people. And I want to tell them, and I want you to send this message to all of them and tell them all. I don't want to be like none of them. You pick any name. Riaz, I see you. Thank you for that super chat. Riaz, I see you. Thank you for that super chat. You pick any of the names. I don't want to disrespect anybody's name by using their name. Wow, the Canadian dollar's getting crushed, man. Riaz, the Canadian dollar's getting crushed comparative to the American dollar. That $50 Canadian you gave me only shows up as $39 of US money, $38.85. So they took $11 off the top, 11 off of 50 is 20%. The US dollar has appreciated 20% versus the Canadian dollar, or you can say that the Canadian dollar has been devalued somewhere to the extent of 20% over this last situation that's going on, this geopolitical situation. But I'm a math man, so when those numbers came up, you know, my mind immediately goes there. But I don't mean to digress. Please, excuse me for digressing. You pick anybody's name. Any of these famous rappers that are billionaires. Get them, Sean. Get them, Sean. Lean into them, Sean. Lean in. Any of these famous rappers that are billionaires and you know their names. Any of these famous athletes that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars or billionaires, and you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say their name and give them no plug on my channel. You understand? I'm not going to do that. They got luxury goods. They got huge contracts. They have endorsement deals with athletic companies. They have endorsement deals with liquor companies. They have endorsement deals with car companies. They have endorsement deals with underwear. They have endorsement deals with food companies. You name it, and you know who I'm talking about. I wouldn't want their life for nothing in the world. If having those contracts and having that kind of money and being affiliated and in partnership with corporate America and having these joint ventures with these companies to the extent that it doesn't allow me to be me, I don't want it. My luxury goods are inside of me. My luxury goods are inside of me. All of these people that you see, all of them, all of them, white, black, blue, green, polka dot, stripe, you name it, all of them are slaves to these corporate partnerships. They have forfeited their right to their life. They have pawned their manhood. They have been purchased. These people have been purchased. And some of y'all will still be with it because some of y'all don't care. You don't have no identity, no sense of identity with who you are anyway. So a lot of y'all think that money and this fame is the ultimate goal, right? But you're sadly mistaken. Look at what's going on right now with Kyrie Irving and with Kanye West. You know, because these men decided to exercise their universal given right to the freedom of expression. Not saying that I agree or disagree. There being, well, Kanye West for sure has been he's been financially lynched. He's been lynched via social media cancellation. His character has been assassinated. And effectively what he's been told, effectively what happened to Kanye is effectively corporate America is effectively telling the rest of the world who is in partnership with them that we will financially ruin you if you live your life in a way that we don't see fit. And now listen, they got every right to do that, right? You're a private entity, you're a private corporation, you got a right to make whatever decision you want about who you partner with. And and if you're saying it up front, hey, if we partner with you, you can't do this and you can't do that, and we don't want you to say this and stay. Now if you go into that, if you agree to that, if you're told that up front and you go into that situation knowing that, then you voluntarily went into slavery. Right? You voluntarily did that. You voluntarily castrated yourself. You voluntarily cut your own balls off. And see, it has to be decided. A man has to decide what kind of man he's going to be. So you got to decide what kind of man you're going to be. Um, See, corporate America put everybody on notice. It put the whole world on notice. But they used foundational Black Americans in order to demonstrate their point. And the reason that's so significant is because of the history of the foundational Black American here in the United States of America, right? And the repression, the psychological repression, the bondage, the physical bondage, and then once they let go of the physical chains, the mental bondage, right? Because all foundational Black Americans, right, we all suffer from, my people, we suffer from a mental bondage, even though we achieve physical liberty, right? And the same controlling, the same tactics that they use to control the slaves to stay on the plantation, the same mental, psychological tactics they use to keep the foundational Black Americans to sit on the back of the bus or to go in the back door or drink from this fountain or whatever. These are the same tactics that are being used on not you, not me, the everyday John Q. public. It's being used on the super wealthy, right? And the super rich, elite, foundational Black entertainers, actors, actresses, all of them, all of the ones that you want to be, the rappers, all the ones that you want to be, the NBA players, all the ones that you want to be, the NBA players, all of the ones that you want to be, the tennis players, the golf players, everybody, baseball players, everybody. It's being used on them to the extent that they say, man, we will cancel your contracts. We will, this corporate America, because I'm one corporate machine, you make me upset, I'll call this other corporation and I'll call this other corporation because I have ties to this one, that one has ties to that one, and we will negate all of the contracts that you currently have, and we'll stop paying you immediately. Yo, Quan, what's up? We'll stop paying you immediately because we own you. And the fact that we own you, you rich, you got the private jet, you can put all the Rolls Royces in your video, you can put all the what's them cars they got, the Maybachs, you can put all the Maybachs in your videos, you can put all that in your videos, but at the end of the day, nigga, I own you, and I will destroy you if you run off the plantation, which is the psychological plantation. And they've used Kanye West as an example. They've made an example out of him. I don't think he pretty much cares. I think Kanye did everything he wanted to do, and it was unbeknownst to him that when he reached the zenith or the apex or the summit of the entertainment game and of the money game, going from a kid from Chicago making beats to being the richest black man in the world, when he got up there and he had all the money and he's sitting in these luxurious hotel suites and he's flying around on these private jets, he said, man, I don't like this. This ain't for me, man. This ain't how I want to live. I thought when I acquired all of this and I got introduced to these types of people and I met this type of person, that my life, it would be an epiphany. It would be a spiritual awakening. I would reach some kind of expanded mental clarity. But this ain't for me. And I think he made a conscious decision in and of himself that he didn't want to be a part of that no more. And if it cost him $500 million, he didn't care. Right? But the thing is this. A lot of the people that are on Kanye's level in that rap game, in that hip hop game, and in the professional sports game, in the professional sports game, they've been exposed. Get him, Sean. Get him, Sean. I'm going to say that to you one more time because I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. All these pro-black, black man this and black man that, and hate the white man this and hate that, hate all the ones that talk all that. They sat around and they watched Kanye. And you know who I'm talking about, ones he did beats for. Some of the ones who are the richest in hip hop today, and they sitting around and they see what they did to Kanye, and then they're looking at their own life and they're saying, well, man, I got a contract with this company, I got a contract with that company, and if I say anything out of line, I'll lose everything like Kanye's. Well, I just make sure. I don't know why Kanye don't like to be on the plantation with Massa. But Massa, I make sure. I don't know why Kanye run off the plantation, but I stays here with Massa. And they worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Andre Drummond, you see me over there in Portugal. Yeah, I keeps my music studios, and I keeps my Grammy Award, and I keeps my record label and my podcast, because I don't know why Kanye want to run away and be free. I want to stay here with Massa. And these people are worth tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. They've been exposed. They've been exposed. Bom dia. Portugal, bom dia. Pharaoh Ramses, thank you for that super chat. They've been exposed, and you know who I'm talking about. And the fact, this is fact. None of them have come together as a group, collectively, to not even say, well, hey, man, I don't dig what my man said. I'm not with what my man said. I don't agree with what my man said. But at the end of the day, this my black brother. And y'all can't do him like that. If you do him like that, you got to do all of us like that. And if you do all of us like that, then we're going to have to pool our resources, and we're going to start our own distribution networks. We're going to start our own sneaker companies. We're going to start our own car companies. We're going to start, you understand? But they slaves. They slaves. Your luxury goods, Your luxury goods are inside of you. And you let your luxury goods be your manhood. That's a luxury good. You let your luxury good be that you say what you mean and you mean what you say. You stand on it. Win, lose, or draw. That's a luxury good. Get him, Sean. Get him, Sean. Don't you pause this live. Your luxury goods is your masculinity. Don't you pause this video. Your luxury goods is your authenticity, your integrity. These are luxury goods. Your luxury goods are inside of you. Your luxury goods is not the car you drive. Look at the cars these dudes drive, these rappers, these athletes. Look at the planes they fly on. I speak good. I won't say nothing. Just keep on paying. Just keep on paying me that car. I don't want my contract. Your luxury goods is your son watching you be a man amongst men. That's a luxury good. That's inside of you. Your luxury goods is teaching your son to say what he mean and mean what he say and stand on it. Win, lose, or draw. That's your luxury good. Your luxury good is representing right now, Pharaoh Ramses, I see you, for your posterity. And if you not a foundational Black American like me, if you are a Latino American, or you are an Asian, Korean American, or Jamaican American, or Ghanaian American, or Nigerian American, or Polish American, or Irish American, or Italian American, or whatever American you may be, your luxury goods is teaching your children, your daughter and your son, to love his culture and to stand on his culture and to stand on who he is and to stand on his ancestors that came before him. Russian American, Ukrainian American, Taiwanese, China, whatever, Palestinian American, Israeli American, whatever you may be. I'm not into the hate. Your luxury good is telling your daughter to love herself and to love who she is and to be proud of who she is. That's your luxury good. And your luxury good is to fight for your people, to stand up and be counted. I love Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali was going through his thing, when this same thing, when they financially lynched Muhammad Ali, and when the boxing commission lynched Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, all of the black, it was about 7 or 8 of them. They came, they said, Muhammad Ali, we want to talk to you. Jim Brown called Muhammad Ali and said, listen, I want to talk to you. And they got together. I read this. And Jim Brown said, he asked Muhammad Ali, are you serious about what you standing up for? Do you really mean what you standing up for? Are you really genuinely committed and deep down in your soul feel true to how you feel about the position and the stand you taking? And Muhammad Ali said, yeah, man, this is how I feel. And Jim Brown told him, so, well, man, I'm going to stand with you. Win, lose, or draw. And all of them got together in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a big picture, all of them, all the black athletes got together in a show of solidarity, to their brother, man. Said, man, we stand with him. He'll say he don't want to go to the war. He ain't going. We gonna stand with him. And these are the things that we remember. We don't remember Muhammad Ali's Rolls Royce. We don't remember Muhammad Ali's Mercedes Benz. We don't remember Muhammad Ali's house in the various parts of the country. We don't remember Muhammad Ali's suits. We don't remember the amount of the purse of the fights he won. We don't remember that. What we most remember about Muhammad Ali is the fact that he stood up for himself like a man. And he said what he meant, and he meant what he said, and he stood on it, and he fell on his sword, and history vindicated him. And today, 50 years later, 60 years later, Muhammad Ali is looked at as a god, damn near god-like. Your luxury goods are inside of you. We didn't learn nothing. We didn't learn how to throw a jab from Muhammad Ali. We didn't learn how to throw the jab and then come with the right hand lead from Muhammad Ali. We didn't learn. He didn't teach us the specific science to the rope-a-dope. He didn't teach us how to do the footwork. What we remember most, what he taught us most, was that you got to be a man. You got to be a man. And they told him, they said, man, you can keep your title. We're going to have all kind of money for you. We're going to let you fight. You're going to make millions of dollars, man. You can keep your belt. You can keep your Cadillac. You can keep all this stuff. All we want you to do is just go into the war. We're going to give you some exhibition fights. You're not even going to see no live action. You're not going to the bush. You're going to go to different bases and do exhibitions, 2-round exhibitions, and that's going to be it. He says, no, I can't do that. I ain't going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. If my people can't be free, I ain't going to be able to do that. That's what he told them. And he didn't go. And he lost everything, and he knew it. And they took his passports and wouldn't even let him fly to Saudi Arabia. All them countries over there in the Middle East and in Europe wanted to pay him to come and fight over there, and they wouldn't even give him a passport so he can go make some money. They financially lynched him. But he stood on his square because his luxury goods was inside of him, his integrity. See, that's a luxury good. See, y'all done lost sight of that. Y'all buy Gucci slippers for $450, and you buy $90,000 cars, and you buy chains with a bunch of diamonds in them, watches with a bunch of diamonds in them. You niggas is dumb. Shoot them in the dome, Andre. Doof. Got nothing on the cap. Andre Drummond said, shoot y'all twice. Now it's another dude. It's another dude just that's standing up. It's another dude that's standing up, and you know who I'm talking about. It's another man who's standing up that the propaganda machine has told you he's evil. And it was an illegal invasion. He over there. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. No, I ain't talking about him. Somebody put up there, you know who I'm talking about, if you know who I'm talking about. There you go. There you go, Kanaji. There you go. Somebody else put his name up there. Put it up there. Put it up there. Put it up there. Put it up there. Put his name up there. No, not him, man. He's standing up. He's standing up. He's saying, I'm a man. I'm a man. Get him. Get him, Pharaoh. Get him, Ramses. Get him, Pharaoh, Ramses. You don't got the, you might be indoctrinated with the propaganda. You may be watch this news, but at the end of the day, no, Pharaoh, the first one you put up there. There you go. FU2. There you go. Mr. A. Get him, Mr. A. Get him. Whatever you think about him. Whatever you think about him. When you by yourself, whatever you think about him, when you by yourself, you look at that man, you say, man, I respect that man. That man's standing up. He ain't laying down. He done already told him. He said, man, you got some nuclear joints? Yeah, me too. I got more than you. And I'll let them go. For my women and my children, and for my culture, and for my posterity, I'll let him go. He's standing up. And you gotta respect him for that. You gotta respect him for that. You gotta respect any man that stands up to the bully. You gotta respect him. Win, lose, or draw. Because what he's effectively saying to the whole world, I'm a man first. I'm a man first. Ain't no deals. You're not coming here. There's going to be no regime change. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. And every man who's a man looks at that man, and you know he don't play. He don't play. He's not joking around. And if they get off into this nuclear thing, it could be the end for everybody. But my man is willing. He done told him, said, man, before I bow down on my knees to y'all, I'll let every one of these joints go. I'll let every one of these joints go. You don't know what he'll do or what he won't do. You don't know what he'll do. You hope he don't. You hope he don't. Just like I hope he don't. But you don't know what they'll do. Your luxury goods are inside of you, man. Your luxury goods, they should not be on you. Tim, I see you, man. Shout out to my man Tim Effect. I see you. Your luxury goods are inside of you. Your health is your luxury goods. Your peace of mind is your luxury goods. Your mental clarity is your luxury goods. Your confidence is your luxury goods. Your self-esteem is your luxury goods. Not your car, not your clothes, not your watch. That's the sucker shit. Who cares? Who cares about that? All these actors and actresses. Yes, the podcast with Soul is on Spotify. All these actors and actresses, they got a lot of luxury goods, but they slaves. They throw a rock and they hide their hand. They won't speak up. So to all the dudes out there, man, let your luxury goods be who you are. You know, I hope you got something from this. I hope you got something from this video. Self-help. Help yourself. Help yourself. Stop waiting on another man to come in and do something for you. Right? Stop blaming another man for your life. See, a real man goes out and imposes his will on nature and creates the kind of world that he wants for himself. But a slave points out the reasons why another man is preventing him from doing something or being what he want to be. So, like I said, I wanted to make this video. Your luxury goods should be inside of you. Spend time with your daughter. Spend time with your daughter. That's a luxury good. And teach your daughter to keep her clothes on. And, you know, take her with you so that she can see the example of what a real man is and what he's supposed to be. Your luxury goods are your son. Spend time with your son. And take him with you everywhere you go so he can see how you interact with society and with people. So he can soak it all up and put it on his hard drive, on his computer. That's my father right there. My father handled that situation like that. So I'm going to handle the situation like that when it comes my turn. These are all your luxury goods, man. And don't allow yourself to believe that because you don't have this kind of car, or this kind of house, or this kind of clothes, or this kind of belt, or this kind of watch, or this kind of chain, that somebody who does is de facto superior to you. Absolutely not. Your manhood is everything. Your manhood is everything. You got to be a man first. You got to be a man first and foremost. It's a true story. That's a true story. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Look inside yourself, man. There's some beauty inside of you, man. Having love in your heart is a luxury good, right? Being authentic, being your true authentic self is a luxury good. Being genuine is a luxury good. Being responsible is a luxury good, right? Being able to be trusted is a luxury good, right? We've gotten away from these things because we've been enamored and anesthetized. We've had a mental anesthesia shot into our brains to make us believe that if we don't got money, we don't have luxury goods, that we don't count, and that our life is meaningless, or if we're not popular on YouTube or Instagram, that our lives, that we're invisible. That's a lie. That's a lie. Stand on your square. Stand on your square. Exercise your voice. No one inherently is better than you when you were born. Nobody. Nobody, the people that are in power, they just worked hard to get there, or either just by the luck of the draw, they were born into a family and they inherited it, right? But everything started from nothing, man. Like, I'm looking at these planes fly out of here. A man made that plane. He thought the thought and made the plane. You can do the same with whatever it is that you got, whatever gift you have. Nobody is better than you outright just because they were born. Nah. Change your thinking. Change the way you think about yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to trust yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop being fake. Stop being in denial about the things that you don't like about yourself. Right? And confront those things that you don't like about yourself and tell yourself, man, I don't like this about me. I don't like that about me. I'm cool with that about me. Man, I love that about me. I don't really know. I don't really like that part right there about me. That's where you start getting knowledge of self. That's where you start getting self-acceptance. That's where you start getting self-love. Self-acceptance is the beginning of self-love. Once you get that self-love, that's when the self-confidence comes. And once you get the self-confidence, man, the whole world opens up to you, man. Nothing becomes impossible for you. Nothing. These are the luxury goods that are inside of you, man. These are the luxury goods, man. This is the shit you should be striving for. Not a brand new drop top BMW like I did. Stupid me. I did the dummy move. I thought a drop top BMW was gonna make me feel better about me than what I felt. And it did temporarily. It was a temporary solution to a long-term problem. Fool them, devil. It was like putting a Band-Aid on a laceration. Because I was afraid to look inside. I was afraid to really be who I was because I didn't like who I was. I thought that I knew I didn't like me. So if I really revealed myself to you, you wouldn't like me neither because I already didn't like me. So I fronted it off and I played the role. Bad poker. Bad poker. I was wrong as two left shoes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to the young dudes, man. All your heroes, all you young dudes, all your heroes that you look up to in this rap game, in this music game, in this professional athlete game, these dudes is all slaves. They can't say and be how they really feel. They say something, then these people come out, somebody makes them come out and apologize. These are men having other men make them apologize about their true feelings. They make them go against themselves. They make them go to war against themselves. Instead of saying what you mean and meaning what you say, these dudes say what they mean. How do I want to say that? They say what they mean, but then they let another man make them change it and not mean what they say. They make them change what they really mean. That's a slave. That's a slave with a lot of money. I wouldn't want to be one of these. I don't want no Hollywood deals. I don't want to do no deals with no company that's going to tell me that they got to dictate to me what I can say and what I can't say. I'd rather stay independent. I'd rather stay independent and stay amongst the people. If me getting a big car and getting a big house and living way out, if that means I got to abandon me, you can keep it, homeboy. I don't bow down for no man. I don't get on my knees when I do my push-ups. So I definitely ain't gonna get on my knees for no man. And what I say, I mean. I make no apology for what I say. None. None. It ain't a man in this world that I feel is better than me. Not a man in this world. I'ma always bet on me. I'ma always bet on me. I'ma always bet on me. So I just felt really moved to do this video. You know, I felt really moved to do this video. You know, and you're gonna die one day. You're not gonna be here forever. You know, and it's better to die a man. And better to die the man that you want to be than living and being something for somebody else, being somebody that you're not, because you're trying to win acceptance and approval from somebody else and they giving you money. They didn't bought you. You've been purchased. You've been purchased. And a lot of these black entertainers, a lot of these black actors, comedians, these black comedians, these black rappers and musicians have been purchased. They've been purchased. They don't even love themselves enough. They don't even love themselves enough to retain ownership of themselves. That's a true story. That's a true story. Pharaoh Ramses, I see you, man. RH, I see you. So, I really don't got much else to say. Pharaoh Ramses or RH, you got something you want me to touch on, man? You got something you want me to touch on before we get up off here? Be a man. Say what you mean and mean what you say and stand on it. RH, great live. I really enjoyed the thing. RH, I appreciate you, man, on the other joint too. Pharaoh, you cool? All right. RH, thank you for the super chat. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. There's a, on the planet right now, the consciousness on the planet has elevated. The people around the planet, because of social media. Social media has made the world smaller. And the level of consciousness and the level of vibration is rising on the planet amongst the people. And the aggressiveness and the impetuousness of the elite and the forcefulness of the elite is becoming greater. The elite who are looking to run the planet and turn everybody into a serf, S-E-R-F, turn everybody into a serf or peasant, they're getting real aggressive with pushing their agenda because they know that this is do or die time. And the level of the consciousness of the people around the planet is rising up, and people are resisting. Especially my man over there in Russia and in China. No matter what you say about whatever propaganda you believe, whatever you believe, I don't care. But you see it. You see these countries standing up and saying, nah, India, the country of India makes up 20% of the world's population by itself. India. And they have nuclear weapons. India makes up 20% of the world's population. They just overtook the United Kingdom to be the 5th largest economy in the world. And that's never going to change, right? That's never going to go back, right? Britain will never overtake India again in economy because just the sheer size of numbers, right? So between India and China and the rest of Asia, Indonesia has a whole bunch of people. Pakistan. Between China, India, and Asia, you probably got about 40 to 44% of the population on the planet. China is a superpower. They're a superpower economically. They're a superpower militarily. Russia, I think, has maybe the 12th largest economy in the world, but got a mean military, has more nuclear weapons than anybody. Russia has more nuclear weapons than anybody on the planet, including the United States. And they have capability, hypersonic missiles, hypersonic, the fastest missiles in the world, faster than China and faster than the United States, hypersonic, that have no defense for them. There is no defense. America has the American military, the Chinese military, no military in the world has a defense for a hypersonic missile. Russia has them. You put Africa, the continent of Africa, over almost 2 billion people, along with these other nations, and you're talking about 60% of the world's population. So there's a major shift going on here, man. And people saw the repression of the pandemic. Cedric Webb, what's going on, man? Thank you for that super chat. People saw the repression of the pandemic. It's all coming out now that was all smoke and mirrors. And people want to be free. People want to live a life of peace. People want to live in peace. People want to live in love. People want to have enough cornflakes and milk for their kids every day afternoon. People want to have a slice of bread for their daughter, a slice of bread with butter for their son, a slice of bread for their wife, and a slice of bread for themselves, and a glass of water for all four, and they want to live in peace. That's all everybody wants. Nobody wants to have their neurotic nodes, neurotic is the brain, right? Their neurotic nerves constantly frazzled and alert, and they can't have any peace because of, propaganda, disinformation, all of this nonsense, man. So there's a major shift going on the planet, man. Yeah. And it's happening right before our eyes. But there's a group of people out there, a small group of people that want to dominate the world. And they want to turn everybody in the world into serfs. Look that word up, serf, S-E-R-F. Peasants, slaves. Some people are fighting back. Some people are fighting back. Yes, indeed. There you go. Surf. There you go. Cedric Webb, what's up, man? You got something you want me to touch on, Cedric? When I say they, I mean the elite. The elite, the deep state, the ruling class. That's what I mean. Cedric, you got something you want me to touch on, man? Everybody feels the shift, man. People want to live in peace, man. People want to live in peace. People want to live in peace. Yo, make sure y'all follow me on my Instagram, man. That's Sean G. Thank you. And share this video. And I appreciate y'all coming through and checking me out. Absolutely, Mustafa. Absolutely. People are tired of the nonsense, man. All right, y'all, let me get up out of here. Follow me on Twitter, man. I'm on Twitter now, the podcast with Soul. Anybody that's on Twitter, please go follow me. The link is underneath this video. The podcast with Soul on Twitter. Twitter is probably the one social media outlet, that is, not getting down with the censorship, or the shadow banning. So, whatever you think about the dude that bought Twitter, that's your personal feeling. But at the end of the day, it's an open forum. And no, I don't expect to agree with everything everybody says on Twitter. I don't agree to go to a wedding and there's 80 people at a wedding, and I don't expect that I'm going to agree with everybody at the wedding. This disagreement, listen, the sign of a healthy relationship is a relationship that has arguments. A relationship that has arguments is the sign of a healthy relationship. A relationship or a marriage that has no arguments and no disagreements is a sign of an unhealthy relationship, because somebody's people pleasing. Because no two people can agree on everything all of the time. That's impossible. That's not natural. When there is disagreement and when there's argument amongst people, that means that everybody's being themselves. He's expressing his view, and she's expressing her view, and my man over there expressing his view. and homegirl back there expressing her view, and all four of the views about the same topic are different. And that's okay. That makes the world grow. They don't all have to agree. But the fact that they disagree, Uber Zombies, I've been rocking with your channels for a few years now. After seeing your interview with Giant from Bartenders, I had to subscribe. Thanks for keeping us motivated. Bless up. Uber Zombies, what up, man? Thank you for that super chat, man. Because we disagree doesn't mean I have to hate you. You know, I can hate the position that you take, but I have to at some point. And initially, my disagreement, I'll become emotional, and initially I may attach you to your position and hate your position and you. But if I'm wise and if I'm mature, later on when I cool down, I should be able to differentiate and say, man, I ain't got to hate my man. I don't like that, he like ketchup on his hot dog. I like mustard on my, but he like ketchup. I hate ketchup on hot dog. But damn, son, do you got to hate him because he like ketchup and you like mustard? At some point later on, I have to be able to come to that rational position to say that I don't have to hate my man because I disagree with his point of view. So when you see people disagreeing in an honest discussion, something is being achieved. And however you feel about my man that bought Twitter, whatever your personal feelings are about him, that's up to you. But my man said he's fired all of the censorship people. He's fired everybody on the board of directors. He's fired the CEO. Elon Musk fired everybody at Twitter. All of the senior executives, he fired them. He dissolved the board of directors, which probably was about 12 people. He's the only board member now. And instead of hundreds of people being able to have access to the censorship controls within Twitter, now it's down to 15 people. And of those 15 people, before they can censor somebody, I think they got to run it by some type of process to see if it's really worthy of being taken down or whatever the case may be. You're welcome. Long overdue for me to show up. By the way, no more Adidas for me. Yeah, Uber. Yeah, I don't like the way Adidas did Kanye West either, man. I don't think I'm going to be buying any more Adidas either. That was a sucker move. I mean, Run DMC put Adidas on the map. In the 80s, it was Run DMC that brought Adidas back. You know what I'm saying? And because Run DMC, who are foundational Black Americans, wore Adidas, the whole planet wore Adidas. And for them to do Kanye like that, you know what I'm saying? I can't go with that, man. So that's how it go. That's how it go. But Uber, I appreciate your super chat, man. You got something you want me to touch on, man? Thank you for following my Spotify, man. Follow me on Spotify, the podcast with Soul. Follow me on Twitter, the podcast with Soul. I'm also on Instagram at Sean G. Instagram recently penalized me for a video I put up because I had on a Huey P. Newton shirt. So they stopped monetizing my Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't wear, and then YouTube on my big page, they've been shadow banning me. Aki Debo, what's up, man? Your words hit the soul. It puts tears in my eyes. Aki Debo. My man, hey, Aki Debo, check out my man, Tim Effect, man. He follows you, man. He looks up to you, man. He talked about you. I met him yesterday. I met him today. And we worked out the day. The older dude, 67 years old, Tim Effect. Hit him up on his Instagram and hit him up on his YouTube. He gets a kick out of you, man. He gets a kick out of you, man. Yeah. Yeah, Facebook is a dinosaur. I don't really post too much to Facebook. You know, all of these social media companies are under the strict uh, control of the power structure, except Twitter. You know, Elon has said from the door that he's not going to allow himself to be controlled, and so far, that's what I see. But if he wakes up one day and gives up the driving wheel, the steering wheel to the powers that be, and lets them control his platform, then I won't be involved. You know, we all not gonna agree on everything, man. That's not reality. It's not reality, and you have to stop believing that. You know, when you and your lady, when you and your lady get into it, you know, you want to go somewhere and she don't want to go, or she want to go somewhere and you don't want to go. Say it. No, I don't want to go. Don't go, and you really don't want to be there. Now your attitude is bad, your energy is bad, and you taking this fucked up ass attitude with you to something she want to do. So eventually the night is going to turn out bad because you lied, and you told a lie in the sense that you went to do something you really didn't want to do when you should have said, "No, I don't want to go." And then y'all had to debate about it right there. And she said, "Well, I want you to go. I don't want to go." Or you come and go with me. She said, "No, I don't want to go." You debate about it. She stayed true. You stayed true. And you let that be. At least you know both of y'all telling the truth. You know? You're not going to agree on everything. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Be a man. Stay a man. If God made you a man, if you were born with testicles, with balls and a jointski joint, that means you a man. Be one. And a lot comes with that. And the man is not in your physique, it's not in your push-ups, it's not in your pull-ups, it's not in your squats, it's not in your bench press, it's not in your how fast you can throw a baseball, it's not in how far you can hit a home run, not how far you can throw a football, how many touchdowns you could score, how many three-pointers you could do, how much dunks you could do. That ain't being a man. The manhood is in your mind. Your manhood is in your soul. Be a man. God made you one. That's what you be. Yo, Uber, what's up, man? You got something? You want me to talk about? Aki Debo, what's up, man? You got something you want me to touch on, man? Thank you for the super chat, Aki Debo. I'm sitting in this hotel room right now. It's so quiet in here. I'm at such peace. I feel great peace, man. Yeah, I don't wear Yeezys. I never bought a pair of Yeezys. Yeezys were always ugly to me. That sneaker to me is not attractive. You're gonna never see Sean G wearing no Yeezys. I just don't like the sneaker. It's ugly to me. That's my personal preference. But that being said, I still support him for what he's done, going from young black kid in Chicago making beats to being uh, to achieving financial success and fame, and he speaks out on his platform. He's trying to get Larry Hoover out of jail with his platform. He's very outspoken. That's what is attractive to me about Kanye West. I love that he's very outspoken. He has no fear, and he has a lot of confidence. I don't see his confidence as arrogance because I'm confident. Two confident dudes are not going to see the other one's arrogance as arrogance. We're going to see it as confident, right? Courtney, what's up, Courtney? What you want me to talk about? Uber's on beast. Nothing for you to touch on as for now. Keep up the good work. Bought some cottage cheese. Laugh out loud. I got to get used to it. I'm working out on a high protein pescatarian diet. Beginner though. Uber, thank you, man. Courtney, thank you for the super chat, man. Courtney Tyree Jones. You got something you want me to talk on? Akadibo, nah, man. Just enjoying the words from you right now. Akadibo, make sure you check out my man Ed Clark. What is it, man? Shout out to my man Ed Clark over there in London joint, Cambridgeshire. Akadibo, make sure you check out my man Tim Effect, man. He want to catch up with you, man. He like the way you walk. He like your dog, all that. Y'all gotta fight with your souls, man. Fight with your soul. As a Memphis fireman, following your channel has gotten my confidence up. What you talk about maintaining form. All right, Courtney, thank you, man. Shout out to the Memphis fireman. Yo, Quan, what's up, man? Yeah, all y'all out there, man, that really want to support my channel, you don't have to. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? If you join the channel membership, you get one of them green. See my man Quan right there? He got the green name and he got my badge next to it. That's because he's a channel member. So I always give channel members preferential treatment. It's $10 a month. Divide that by 30 days. What is that? 30 cents a day, right? 33 cents a day. No, that's too much. $10 a month divided by 10 days a bit. Yeah, 30 cents a day, right? Because 30 cents, about 33 cents a day. $10 a month, you can become a channel member. I give you preferential treatment. I respond to your comments. And when I see you in the live chat, I shout you out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it though, but I'm just telling you those are some of the perks. And then you get that soul glow. Get that soul glow. You know, then when you want to ask, you know, if you want to add to the discussion, I usually work with you too, man. Courtney says, want. Trying to got my confidence up. Want you to talk about maintaining form. What kind of form? Courtney, form in what way? Maintaining what kind of form? Shout out to Memphis 10, man. I got to go to Beale Street, man. I got to go down there and get me some barbecue. When I go to Memphis, I'm not going to go get me no barbecue by the hotel. I want to go in the ghetto and get that barbecue from Bertha May. I want to go way back there in the bushes in the country where they make that real barbecue, where they be cooking over them old trash cans. Like that, with the chicken coop right there and the pigs and horses, all that, chickens running around. Yeah, that real down south barbecue. Maintaining that go-getter attitude. Sometimes I be slipping in motivation. Um, Courtney, man, um, I don't slip in my form. I think because I had a near-death experience, and my near-death experience was like losing everything and going to prison, being a millionaire, losing $1 million, losing a $400,000 a year income, losing my real estate broker's license, losing custody of my son, losing my house, losing my 8 rental properties, losing my car, losing all my furniture, losing my fakeness, losing my weaknesses, losing my my falsehoods, losing my mask. And I had a near-death experience, man. And when I survived that, because I almost didn't survive it. Nigga almost didn't make it. But I made it. I survived that shit. And once I survived it and I got to the other side, I went through a transmutation. I didn't go through a transformation. A transformation is a change in yourself, but more so in the shape or the form of who you are, right? Transform, like the movie The Transformers. They changed, they were shaped one way and then they transformed into something else. It was a transformation. But I went through a transmutation. A transmutation is something that happens inwardly. It's a change in your structure and the change in the constitution of who you are and how you built. And once I went through that transmutation, I just knew that I was the best in the world and that I had no more fears. I was no longer fake. I was no longer able to tolerate myself being phony. I was no longer able to tolerate myself being a liar. I was no longer able to tolerate myself being weak. I was no longer able to tolerate myself of looking for the shortcut. Get him, Sean. Get him, Sean. I got him. Don't you move. Don't you move. I don't like none of y'all. You don't like me neither. No, you don't. I no longer was able to tolerate myself for looking for the shortcut. I was no longer able to tolerate myself looking for the easier, softer way, the cheap way. I was no longer able to look at myself and figure out how I was going to get over without doing the work. I went through a transmutation to where I was no longer able to tolerate myself putting in minimal effort and expecting maximum reward. So I don't lose no form. I ain't losing no form. Thanks to you, I dropped 36 pounds since January, got rid of fast foods, no bread, stopped drinking, lots of water, and walking 1,500 steps a day. That's a good thing. So I ain't got no form to lose. And I got a son. Got my name. I got a son that got my name. I got to represent. I got to represent because he's going to be judged on what I do. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. My reputation will supersede him. And your reputation will supersede your daughter. And your reputation will supersede your son. Yes, it will. If your father was a piece of shit, when you show up somewhere, they're gonna say, look at that, that's that man, that's old my man's son. Remember the nigga, that piece of shit nigga, yeah, that's his son. Yeah, but your father, who your father was, gonna represent you. Yes, it will. Let's get the sucker boys out of here. Marvin Fisher then gave me €5, $6 in euro. And gave me €6. What's up, Marvin? You got something you want me to touch on? So I gotta represent. Yeah, you respect. I know you respect that honesty. The whole world respects my honesty. The universe respects your honesty. Your lady will respect your honesty. The lady at the corner store will respect your honesty. The clouds and the moon and the stars will respect your honesty. God will respect your honesty. You will respect your honesty. So you better be that. You better be that. Y'all want me to tell you a story? I was going to wait and do a whole video on it. You want me to tell you the story now? You want me to tell you the story now? When you first started working out, what exercise did you do to get started? This ain't no workout channel, Uber. This is the podcast with Soul. If you want to talk about the workout tip, you got to come on the workout joint, man. That's my other channel over there. The workout channel over there. This channel right here is the Soul channel. Keith Banks just signed up, member for 3 months. He got that soul glow. You see that green emblem? Soul glow. This channel here, and what we're speaking about now, is about the soul. As above, so below. Who you are on the inside will be reflected on the outside. It's impossible to conceal it. If your room, if your house is junky and dirty, and your kitchen sink got dishes in it, and your kitchen dirty, and your room dirty, your floor dirty, that's because your mind is dirty. If your house is disorganized and disheveled, that's because your mind is disheveled. As above, so below. If everything in your house is neat and orderly, and that means your mind is neat and orderly, your house, everything about you, whatever's inside of you will be reflected outside of you. You cannot stop it. My nigga Keith Banks. Keith, thank you for joining the channel. Peace, Sean G. Give us some game about having to selfish sometimes. Give us some game about having to be selfish sometimes in order for others not to take advantage of you. Yeah, Uber, man, but I do calisthenics, man. You know, you follow the other channel, man, but we ain't talking about working out right now, man. I work out the best, man. I goddamn go hard, man. I need my workout, man. My workout is all that, man. That's my medicine, man. Keith Banks, man, in order to be selfish, yeah, man, you know, the first law of nature is self-preservation. The first law of nature is self-preservation. The first law of nature is self-preservation. I got to preserve me in order to be able to help you. And I'm going to get this mean with you, man. I'm going to get mean with you. I'm going to get mean with you, man. And what I'm finna tell you going to make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. You and your daughter in a car. You and your son in a car. Me and my son, me and little Sean in a car. You and your wife in the car. You and your mother in the car. Me and my mother in the car. And the car go off the bridge into the water. First law of nature is self-preservation. I got to get me right first before I can help anybody else, even though I may love them more than I love me. Get him, Sean. I love little Sean more than I love me. But I got to get me right first before I can save him and rescue him from the water or my mother. That's how deep self-preservation is. And sometimes you got to be selfish in order to sustain yourself and your mental health. If somebody taking advantage of you, then you the sucker. If somebody taking advantage of Sean G and I know they taking advantage of me and I continue to let them take advantage of me, I volunteer for pain, I'm Chump Willie. I'm the sucker because I see what they doing and I continue to put my head up there. Yeah, hit me again. Bing. That wasn't hard enough. Hit me again. Bing. That's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. You're going to die by yourself, Keith Banks. Nobody, when it's your time to go, when it's your turn to die, Keith Banks, you can't come. Hey, yo, Sean G, can you come and die for me? Let me stay here a little bit more. Nigga, hell no. Nah, nigga, go ahead. Nah, I want to chill here for a little bit more. And all the other 8 billion people on the world, when it's your time to go, none of them is going to come and say, yo, Keith, you stay here, man. I'll go be in the hospital for you, man. You understand? I'll go have cancer for you, man. You understand? I'll go, nah, ain't nobody finna do that. So that's my answer to your question. Shout out to Keith Banks. Thank you for joining the channel, Keith, the Soul Glow. Yo, Uber, what up, man? Uber, you asked me about my workout, man. You understand? I just do calisthenics, man. That's it. I don't do no weights. I stopped lifting weights since I came out of prison. I lift weights my whole bit in prison, 16 months. I don't lift no more weights. I lifted a little bit when I got out. I got out in 2016. I lifted like a year after that. But then I kept staying sore, kept staying hurt. I'm like, man, nah, man, never that, man. I'm just going to do the calisthenics joint. And that's all I do. And I look money. I look money. I look money. I look money. You know what I'm saying? I look money. Yo, Keith, that answer your question or what, man? Tony, what up, man? I look money, man. This world is real, man. This world is real, man. Y'all better stop people pleasing, trying to get somebody to like you. Let me say the right thing so she don't get mad. Let me say yeah when I want to say no so he don't get mad. Oh, you's a real sucker. Let me not do that so she don't. You walking around pleasing other people. Hell no. Please yourself. Please yourself. Not, you don't got to be disrespectful. I don't mean to be disrespectful or obnoxious or none of that. But stand on your square. You got a square to stand on, man. You got a square to stand on, man. You stand on it. And whatever come with that, you deal with that. You got it, Keith Banks. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining the channel, man. You see, Keith Banks got that. He got his letter, his name green, man. He got that green name. So whenever he come on my live on the podcast with Soul, as soon as I see that green, yo, Keith, what up, man? I shout him out right off the way. Courtney Tyree Jones, that's real, Sean. Self-defeat is your own dispute. Yeah, that's what Damian Marley said, and him and Nas did that. And the strong will continue. I know you have it in you. Ready to go. And when the battle gets sour and red, a lot of people are weep and mourn. Only the strong will continue. I know you have it in you. Self-defeat is your own dispute. Yeah, man. Yeah. I shout out people that are members and I shout out people that super chat me. I shout out everybody. I shout out everybody when I feel like it. But if somebody gonna super chat me or they a member, I got to show them love because they showing me love. You understand? I got to give them first priority. You understand? I got to do that. You understand? That's how it go. You know how it go. Courtney, that's right, Sean. I got the line from the Nas and Damian Marley joint. That was a dope album. I was in Egypt. When that album came out, I was in Egypt. I was in Africa. I came back, I flew back to New York, and I went to the store and bought the CD. Yo, Quan, what up, man? Goddamn Quan. Yeah. What else, man? What else? Been on here an hour and a half, man. Been on here an hour and a half, man. When I was in Atlanta, man, I had honeys all over Atlanta, man. I go to Atlanta right now, man. Honeys all over Atlanta, man. What's up, man? What's going on, man? What time is it? I fly to here tomorrow. I'm flying back to Jersey tomorrow, man. I'll be back in Jersey tomorrow, man. I'll be back in Jersey tomorrow, man. I'll be back in Jersey tomorrow, man. How about the importance of saving money? I currently save around $1,000 a month. Then you doing a fantastic thing, man. Then you doing a fantastic thing. You saving that kind of money? Proud of you, man. That's awesome. Saving money is what I always talk to older people when they're getting ready to pass on. You ever talk to an older person and they can see their death, they see that their life is coming to an end, and they've already resolved it in their mind? I always ask them, I say, man, what would you do if you can go back and do it different? And in a lot of cases, the majority of them say, I would have saved more money. I would have saved more money. Uber Zombies, buy some coffee on me tomorrow. Bless up and thanks for the love. Shout out for Uber Zombies. I was going to tell y'all a story about honesty. I was going to do a separate video on it on the morning coffee reality check. Excuse me. I was just downstairs. Somebody brought up honesty before, right? Somebody said they love my honesty or whatever the case may be. So I go downstairs and I go to the food court. And I buy me a beef bowl. I go to Qdoba. Is that how you pronounce it? Qdoba? It's like Chipotle. So I get the brown rice, I get the beef, black beans, tomatoes, put a little corn on there, put the cheese, and then give me the hot sauce, right? So I get my bowl, she fixes it up, she packs me up, and I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting to get checked out, right? I'm waiting to pay. I'm waiting to pay. And the dude next to me, he got his joint. She hooked him up. He got his food. and he's next in line behind me. He's waiting to pay. We already got our food, but there's nobody at the register. And the people are over there, they're still fixing food. My man is cooking food. And nobody is paying attention to me or to my man. And we like, the dude next to me say, yo, man, this make a nigga just want to walk off with this. Right? Because we were standing there for maybe 4 to 6 minutes, man. Nobody came to check us out. I had my food. I could have easily just grabbed my bowl and walked off. My man had his food. He could have easily grabbed his bowl and walked off. But we standing there, and I told him, I said, yo, do we pay? How do we? I'm telling the people. So the girl says, well, just wait. I'm going to take care. I'm going to keep fixing food. So they went and called for the girl to come and take her. The girl don't come. We standing there maybe now 7 minutes now, waiting to pay. So I'm standing there. I got my credit card, my debit card ready. So my man said, yo, it makes somebody just want to walk off. So when he said that, you know, it went through my mind, but I knew I wasn't going to walk off with them people's food. That's just not what I'm going to do, you know. But I said, like, yeah, I could just leave and take my food and not pay. So, but I waited there. So the girl finally comes out from the back. Me and my man waiting there maybe 8 minutes for her to come. So she comes out. I say, can I get a Dr. Pepper? So she goes, she gets me the soda from the soda cooler. I pick up my bowl and I show it to her. I say, I got to pay for this. She gives me the soda. So now I got the soda and the chicken bowl, the beef bowl. So she rings me up, and she only rings up the price of the soda, $2.50 for the soda. She don't ring up the bowl, even though I showed it to her. So when I see, she says it's $2.69. So right off the rip, you know, the criminal part of me say, Sean, just pay for the $2.69 and get the free bowl. But I said, nah. I held up the bowl again. I said, you gotta charge me for this. You gotta charge me for the bowl, the soda and the bowl. And she says, oh, I thought you already paid for that, because I had already showed it to her. I said, no, I didn't pay. So that brought my bill from $2.69 up to $13 and some change. So my man standing here said, yo, you should have just paid for the soda. I shot right back to him. I said, nah, man, for $10, I'm going to get over right now for this $10. And 3 days from now, I'm going to end up losing $40. Something else will happen in my life where I'll get hit for $40. And I told him, I said, the universe see everything. And I paid for the full price for what I took. And that was growth for me. Because back in the day, number one, I would have never waited there that long. Once I saw nobody was taking care of me, I would have dipped. I would have took the food and dipped, right? And been like, yeah, I got over. But see, I understand that for $10, and I got the money, I got $200 on me, what I'm a jerking for. I said, nah. I said, I fuck around and steal these people food here, and then, you know, I get back to Jersey next week, you know, I blow out a tire and I got to go spend $140 on a tire because the universe saw me jerk these people for 10. See, the universe, what you steal from somebody, what you take from somebody, when karma come back to you, it be like 8, 9 times worse than what you think you got over with. Scram Jam, what up, nigga? Philadelphia in the building. So that was the story about the honesty, man. And after I paid, I was able to walk away, walk back up here to my room, eat my food, and have peace of mind. I don't need to get over no more, man. You know, you know, I don't need to get over no more. But I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the world I come from. You know, I used to be a slick nigga. I used to look for the get over. You know what I'm saying? But I don't live that way no more. Not for $10. Nah, I got the money on me. I got the money right here. I got the money. I could see if I was broke and I was hungry, then I'd go over there and take it, order it, take it and run. You know what I'm saying? But nah. So we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So invest in reality, man. My religion is reality, man. I live right, man. I live right to the best of my ability. Because I've done wrong so much. And every time I've done wrong, when karma came back on me, that shit was mean, man. I got my head bust to the white meat. I got my soul bust to the white meat. My heart broken. Whatever you doing to somebody, man, that ain't right and exact, when it come back on you, it's going to be 11 times worse. It's going to be 11 times worse than what you did. It's going to be 11 times worse. Take it from me. This is my real life. I'm telling you a true story. All right, y'all, my battery finna run out. I'm just looking at it right now and say my battery finna run out. Shout out to my man Keith Banks. Keith Banks, thank you for joining the channel membership. Shout out to everybody that gave me super chat. RH, Pharaoh Ramses, Aki Debo, Tyree, Uber Ramses, Uber Rambees. Who else? Did I forget anybody? And Keith Banks for joining the channel, man. If I didn't remember, no disrespect, man. I'll catch y'all on the next go around, man. Follow me on Twitter, man. The podcast with Soul is on Twitter. And follow me on Instagram at Sean G, man. Sean G, don't never stop. Peace.